Some anniversaries are meant to rekindle memories. Others shatter illusions you didn't know you were clinging to. I didn't realize, standing on that cracked street in Tirana with the sun burning my neck, that my own marriage was about to reveal its true face. What started as a prank would leave me questioning everything I thought I knew about loyalty, trust, and the woman I'd built my life with. The midday sun beat down on me like a punishment as I stood alone on a fractured strip of pavement in dusty Tirana. My phone was dead. My wallet gone. And my wife's laughter, sharp, playful, still rang in my ears. "It's just a prank, David," Lisa had giggled before speeding off in our rented Jeep, leaving me stranded in a haze of exhaust and disbelief. She'd called it a joke. A quick scare to spice up our anniversary trip. But the minutes stretched. 1 hour. Then 2. Around me, the chaotic pulse of the marketplace throbbed, vendors calling out prices, mariachi music weaving through the air, the scent of grilled meat clinging to the heat. It was less adventure now, more a cage. My chest tightened. Where was she? That morning she'd stared at me over breakfast, hazel eyes alight with mischief. "Let's make this trip unforgettable," she'd whispered, squeezing my hand. 10 years of marriage, 2 kids, and a mortgage hadn't dulled our spark, or so I'd believed. Now, sweat pooled down my spine as doubt crept in like a thief. Was this really a prank? Or was Lisa trying to teach me a lesson I never saw coming? I drifted past stalls stacked with vivid serapes and hand-painted clay pots, unable to buy anything without cash. My throat burned with thirst. A starved street dog sniffed my sneakers before skulking away, ribs protruding under its mangy coat. I felt like that dog, abandoned, exposed. By the 3rd hour I staggered into a cantina, its dim interior a sanctuary from the searing sun. The air smelled of lime and stale beer, a mournful ranchera crackled from the jukebox. I slumped at the bar, catching a glimpse of myself in the smudged mirror, haggard, eyes hollow with worry. The bartender, wiry and gray-mustached, silently pushed a glass of water toward me. I nodded, my thanks caught in my throat. That's when she appeared, Susan. She drifted in like a cool breeze, her sundress swaying with the light, dark hair cascading over one shoulder. Not polished, but raw. Unstudied. Arresting. She slid onto a stool 2 seats away, ordering tequila in flawless Spanish. Her eyes flicked to mine, curious. I looked away, guilt prickling under my skin. Lisa was coming back. This was just a prank. "You look like you've seen a ghost," Susan said lightly as she moved closer. Her faint floral perfume cut through the cantina's grit. "Just waiting for someone," I muttered, voice rough. "My wife left me here as a joke." "Some joke," she murmured, arching an eyebrow. "How long's it been?" I glanced at my dead watch. 3, maybe 4 hours. "That's a long time to wait in this heat," she said softly. "You sure she's coming back?" The question hit like a punch. I opened my mouth to defend Lisa, but the words stuck. Instead, a brittle laugh escaped. "She's coming back. She loves me." This is her sense of humor. Susan didn't argue. She just watched, her silence a challenge. Leaning in, she lowered her voice. "You don't sound so sure." I wanted to tell her about the Lisa I knew, the woman who sang off-key to our kids, who cried during rom-coms, who promised forever. But the memory of her driving off, her laughter sharp and distant, gnawed at me. Susan covered my beer when I couldn't pay, flashing the bartender a quick smile. "On me," she said. "You look like you need it." She talked. I listened. She was a photographer traveling solo, chasing stories at the edges of the world. Marrakesh markets. Costa Rican jungles. A life of spontaneity I'd forgotten existed. I found myself laughing, guilt twisting in my gut. Lisa was still out there somewhere. Wasn't she? The cantina filled as evening drew in. Susan's hand brushed mine, heat flaring in my chest. I pulled back, muttering an apology. She smiled, unfazed. You're a good guy, David. But you're carrying something heavy. Want to talk about it? And I did. I spilled everything, Lisa's late nights, her silences, the phone she'd started locking. All the small betrayals I'd rationalized away. Susan listened, unflinching. When I finished, she didn't offer platitudes. Sometimes people leave to see if you'll chase them, she said quietly. Sometimes they leave because they're already gone. Her words cut deeper than I wanted to admit. I excused myself, stepping outside into neon-lit chaos. My phone was still dead. 5 hours now. No Lisa. No Jeep. Just me, swallowed by a city that wasn't mine. When I came back, Susan was still at the bar, her camera between her fingers. You're still here, I said. So are you, she replied. She hesitated, then slid her phone across. Borrow it. Call her. My hands trembled as I dialed the number I'd known for a decade. It rang twice, then voicemail. Her voice, bright, familiar, stabbed at me. I hung up, throat tight. Then Susan's phone buzzed. A message. Lisa's name. My Lisa. Everything froze. Susan flipped the phone, too late. I'd seen it. You know her, I whispered. How? Susan's lips parted, but no sound came. The pieces snapped into place, Lisa's prank, her absence, Susan's timing. This wasn't random. She wanted to test you, Susan finally said, voice breaking. She thought if you were alone, you'd slip. She asked me to watch. To see if you'd, she trailed off, eyes glistening. I didn't expect to like you, David. I'm sorry. The cantina spun around me. My wife hadn't stranded me for a joke. She'd set a trap, either to justify her doubts or cover her own betrayal. All the signs I'd ignored now blazed like warning lights. Lisa hadn't just left me in Mexico. She'd left us. I pushed back from the bar, the chair scraping loudly. Without a word, I walked out into the night. The streetlights blurred through tears I didn't bother to hide. Behind me, Susan called my name. I didn't turn. Lisa had wanted me to fail, but the real failure had already happened, hers and mine for not seeing it sooner. Some trips are meant to bring you closer. Others reveal how far apart you've already drifted. On that street in Tijana, under the relentless sun and the weight of Lisa's betrayal, I finally saw our marriage for what it had become, a test I never agreed to take, and one she'd already failed.